And so we're doing a couple of things tonight. I'm going to let you know that we have a very interesting competition which began tonight with the World Cup Win Big with SABC Plus. This FIFA World Cup season, you could win one of four PlayStation 5 consoles. It's simple. Download, register, play, win. The SABC Plus app is available on both Android and iOS devices, so download it today. Head to the FIFA World Cup competition section, answer all the questions, and submit your entry. Don't miss out. Download SABC Plus now and start playing to win. T's and C's apply. Also want to welcome a very special guest as we enter the power seat tonight. This man has got a long resume. Professor Jacques Faul is a well-known cricket administrator and has been a CEO working in cricket for 21 years. During this time, he consulted with members of the International Cricket Council, ICCC, on behalf of the ICC to provide strategic direction. Professor Faul is regarded as a turnaround specialist in sports and credited for successful turnaround strategies. His field of study includes stakeholder management law and mega and major sporting events. He is a trained mediator and founded the Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution in Sport. He's also a co-founding member of the CEOs in Sport. The association focuses on the continuous professional development of sports executives. He's also a founding member of the South African Sports Law Association. He has published Crisis Management in Sport, a management book. He has written management chapters in various handbooks. Professor Faul co-developed the Mastery in Global Event Leadership short learning program for the Northwest University Business School. Professor Faul is a member of the NWU Advisory Board and also a council member of the NWU Council. He started administration way back in 2002 when he was appointed CEO of the Northwest Cricket. He was acting CEO of Cricket South Africa in 2012 and again in 2020. He was appointed the CEO of Titans Cricket in 2013. The Titans cricket franchise is considered the most successful cricket franchise in modern day era. I could go on. We'll continue to let you know the great things he has achieved in his 21 years in cricket. Professor, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you, Mom. I'm good. Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Fantastic. You have so many medals. We can't even count them all, can we now?
I've just been around for a very, very long time. And I've been blessed to work with amazing people. It's never one person that achieves all of this. We're always part of a team. And we inherit systems that work well. So I'm just one role player in a very big ecosystem.
Good to hear that. So Super Sport Park turns 40 this year. What does this venue mean to you as the CEO, and why is it called the spiritual home of cricket?
Yeah, it's a fantastic year for us, turning 40. So the stadium was built back in 1986. I guess the stadium is special to us and the people that attend matches and other events at the stadium because of just the greatness in terms of matches that we've hosted. We've hosted World Cup matches, IPL matches, bilateral matches. We're doing the Boxing Day test for the last couple of years, so that's quite special. And then I think also some of the biggest stars in world cricket started their career and played for us. A.B. de Villiers, Faf du Plessis, Dale Steyn, one can go on, the modern crop, of course, Lungi Ngidi, Tabraj Shamsi, Dewald Brewer. So I think that's why we refer to as one of the iconic, venues. Of course, on the Highveld, you've got the Wonders, which is amazing. It's a world stadium, so I guess Gauteng's blessed with two stadiums. We're very different to each other, but we've hosted some amazing events at the stadium, and a lot of players refer to it as the home of cricket.
Yes, indeed. So, Professor, You've been part of the core of the Titans. As the Titans, won 22 trophies, making you one of South Africa's most successful domestic franchises. What do you think is at the core of your success?
Look, it's players that wins matches, and it is coaches that condition them and prepare them to win. So I think all the glory must go to the players, but it is our pipeline, and a player
Yeah.
doesn't fall out of the sky at 22 and then start winning trophies. So we are blessed to have amazing schools, a great
Hmm.
university, other good tertiary institutions as well. So I think it is a pipeline. The university also attracts very good players to come and study within our region, so that helps. But yeah, it takes a whole village to raise a child, so that's
Yeah,
also
it
true
does.
for a cricketer that comes through. His first coach is probably his father, and we've been
Hmm.
blessed for over a long period of time to have it. You develop a culture, I guess. You develop confidence. Players learn from each other, so once you've got a snowball of success, it helps. But yeah, look, every season you start without a trophy. There's other very
Hmm.
good franchises, the Lions for one, the Dolphins, Western Province. So we've been blessed. You need a bit of luck in professional sport, and we've had our fair share of luck as well.
Hmm. A bit of luck. You've been a lucky man for a long time. How do you balance franchise celebration, the legacy, and building a new generation, especially in this particular season?
Yeah, look, we sometimes become a victim of our own success. A lot of our players graduate quite quickly into the Protea setup, but that is the franchise that we are. We're all consistently looking to bring in new players. I think the last 2 or 3 seasons we've been a victim of that. There's a lot of international cricket. There's SAA tours, and we do lose a lot of players. So it does provide opportunities for new young players, isn't it? So we hope that the new stars will come in and do well for us. We've had a very good end to the previous season, winning the 50 overs, and then we've got a T10 Cup among the us Lions, Dolphins, and Western Province, and we won that as well with a very young team. So that encourages us. But yeah, it's an ongoing process as you provide players to the Protea team, which is part of our job. That is what we want to do. We see that as our role in cricket.
Yeah, so Super Sport Park is not just a great facility, it's famous for its grass embankments. How do you protect that fan experience whilst modernizing the stadium?
We continuously try and modernize it and try as get closer as you can to becoming a smart stadium. But the grass embankments provide uniqueness to it, and it attracts a lot of young families. Putting a young child in a bucket seat for even
Yeah,
3 hours is difficult. So
it is. Yeah.
that's what we're known for. Young families running up and down that grass embankment. We must also be the only stadium where somebody buys a more expensive grandstand ticket and then try and go and sit on the grass embankment. I've never seen it the other way around.
Yeah.
But it's very popular for that. It creates a great atmosphere. There's also, we must have the most dry areas for any stadium, I think, in the world. We've actually got, they call us the dry capital in sport. So that is what we want. I think that's what we sell. We're not a big Colosseum type
Yeah.
of stadium. We've got grass embankments, a lot of people moving around, a lot of fires lit up, and people enjoying themselves, almost having a family-like atmosphere. But it can get electric. Also, one-hand catches, which is very popular within the T20 competitions. Our guys can catch. I don't know if they just need the money, but we seem to land a lot of one-hand catches. Of course, it's the
Yeah.
layout as well. The
Yeah.
layout of the stadium, you got a bit more, area to move around and catch it. But we won't change that for the world. So every year we choose an area which we try and beautify. We built paddle courts that modernized the stadium quite nicely. But we won't get rid of the grass embankments. I think people will get rid of us if we do that. So that is a feature that I think will remain.
So, Prof, beyond cricket, Supersport Park hosts concerts, community events, and other sporting occasions. How important is that multi purpose role for the future of the venue?
Yeah, I think, look, a stadium is there for the community to benefit from. That is a structure that's in place for the community to use it. Now you've only got 52 weekends, so you don't have a lot. And your turnstile days, that's days we charge for people that buys a ticket to enter the stadium, could be as little as 30 to 35 days a year. So we need to have concerts. We don't have a lot. We probably have three or four. It is a great experience, but to me, it does help balance the books. It is a difficult financial model, if you think about it. But yeah, again, if we can host it, we've got a gospel concert this weekend. So as long as the public benefits from it, and it generates a little bit of income because people rent it, then it
Yeah.
does help us.
Right, let's go back to the game. The Titans have consistently produced, internationally recognized cricket players. What is the franchise's approach to player development and pathways from youth to national level?
I think we continuously ask ourselves, how can we do it better, and how can we get more people involved to play the game? I think we've got a moral obligation to make sure that cricket's accessible to as many people as we've got resources for and we've got partnerships for. So that's where we want to start. We think that at the very basic grassroots level, we want to introduce a lot of players to it. Talent's everywhere.
Yeah.
Opportunities is a different case. So we will always ask ourselves, how can we get more players to play cricket, and how can we reach as far as we can? That's where you start at the grassroots levels, and then you've got to make sure that you identify talented players, and then you've got to nourish them. Good early identification and keeping them in the system and developing as you go on. The system seems to create, younger and younger professionals. I'm a bit in two minds if it's good or bad. I do think that sometimes you just got to play sport. We also got a moral obligation for people to just play cricket or be involved in cricket. It can't just be stars. You can't sift through a community and then look for three diamonds. You've got to provide that
Yeah.
access to play for everyone. So I think that is important. We've focused very much on the women's game, differently abled, because I think that is our moral obligation as well. We do believe that we've got enough coaching structures that if you come through, that you will do well. And then, of course, we've got amazing schools. We're blessed with absolute amazing schools.
Yeah.
That's a natural, pipeline for us. We're forever thankful, for that. But yeah, I, as an administrator, I'm a temporary custodian of the game. I see my job as creating structures for as many people to play cricket and enjoy the great game of cricket.
Yeah, it's an amazing game indeed. And talking about investment planned for both the facility and fans in the next 5 years, what can we expect?
We've just upgraded the floodlights, which was a huge investment, and that's for the World Cup. We also building a new players eating area. We're also doing a memorial wall, which is going to be actually exciting, facing the train on the western end of the stadium. That's a great way to
Yeah.
celebrate. We'll continue with that. We've interestingly enough named all our gates in honor of our top women's players. So we've got a Mignon de Priya gate, we've got a Sunay Lee's gate,
Nice.
and a Dora Wolfart gate. So I'm sure there'll be more people. And we deliberately did it, despite having, like I say, some of the biggest names in cricket that's ever played the game. Somebody like A.B. de Villiers. We got an A.B. de Villiers suite, but we also have a Marcia Etsualo suite. So we'll continue to use we've got a Masabata class. We've got a classy suite, which is great because we've got a Heinrich class and again, a world famous player, and we've got Masabata class. So we've combined the two. We've got a Boshi area. If your surname is Bosch, you've played for us. So we'll continue to make the stadium iconic and invest in it. One needs to continuously upgrade it. But 40-year-old stadium,
Yeah.
it needs a bit of Botox as well.
Yes.
It needs a bit of love and care. But a stadium either goes up or down. It never stays the same. So we very mindful that every year the stadium should have a new feature and look a bit better than the previous year.
He said it's 40 years old, maybe a bit of Botox, maybe BBL as well. You never know. But 40 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, 40 years is amazing. Well done. Well done. Thank you so much for coming through. And what can you therefore promise the supporters and all those who love your facility for the next 40 years, Prof?
Come and run and sit on that grass embankment. Come and cheer whoever is playing there, South Africa or the Capitals
Yeah, yeah.
or the Titans. Bring your kids and, make a memory. That's what we want to do. We want families and friends and people to have a good time out on our embankments and, make memories. Sport is unscripted
Mm,
entertainment, and it's, for me, the last fairy tale,
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, please come and enjoy that.
Hey, Professor, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We wish you only the
Thank you.
best. And thank you once again for having been the life and the style of cricket in this country and beyond.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight.
This is Channel Africa.
The African Perspective, in its own words. African Diaries with Tich Mataz, live from the Sunshine City.